In this video, we'll write the balanced net ionic equation for Pb NO3 2 plus H2SO4. This is lead 2 nitrate. This is sulfuric acid. So the first thing we need to do to balance net ionic equations, we need to balance the molecular equation. This is our molecular equation here. I can see I have these nitrates, 2 nitrates here and only 1 on this side. So I'm going to put a 2 in front of the HNO3. Now the nitrates are balanced. I have 2 hydrogens. I have a sulfate here, and then I have a lead here and here. So that's the balanced molecular equation. Next, I need to write the state for each substance. So if you know your solubility rules, nitrates are almost always soluble. Put an AQ after that. Sulfuric acid is a strong acid, so it's going to break apart into its ions. We're going to write aqueous. And then we get to lead sulfate, lead 2 sulfate here. Lead compounds often are not soluble. Lead 2 nitrate, that's soluble, but lead 2 sulfate, let's take a look at a solubility table, find out if that's soluble. So here's a rather large solubility table. We find lead down here, and then let's go across and find the sulfate way over here on the other end. And if we go across here and up, we see we have that I. Lead 2 sulfate is insoluble. So because of that, we're going to write solid. It's not going to dissolve. Let's go back to the equation. Insoluble, so we write S, that's going to be a solid. In fact, it's going to be a precipitate. It's going to fall to the bottom of the test tube when these two react. So this is a precipitation reaction. Then nitric acid, that's a strong acid as well. That'll be aqueous. So we have our states. Now we can split the strong electrolytes into ions, and this is going to give us the complete ionic equation. So we don't know the charge on lead, but we do know the whole nitrate is 1 minus, and we have 2 of them. Lead has to be 2 plus. So we have the lead 2 ion, and I won't write the states now. Let's do that at the end. Plus we have 2 of these nitrate ions. Hydrogen group 1, so that it has a 1 plus, and then the whole sulfate 2 minus. So we have 2 hydrogen ions, and then the sulfate ion here, SO4 2 minus. So these are the reactants in our net ionic equation. For the products, we don't split solids apart in net ionic equations. So we just have PbSO4. And then for the nitric acid, we'll have H plus, the nitrate, then NO3, that's negative. So we have 2 hydrogen ions and then 2 nitrate ions, just like in the reactants. So this is the complete ionic equation. Now we can cross out spectator ions. They're on both sides of the complete ionic equation. So I see here in the reactants, I have 2 nitrate ions. I also have 2 nitrate ions in the products. Those are spectator ions. Cross those out. 2 hydrogen ions and in the products, spectator ions. They're gone. What's left? That's the net ionic equation for Pb NO3 2 plus H2SO4. Let me clean this up, write the states in. We'll have our net ionic equation. So this is the balanced net ionic equation for lead 2 nitrate plus sulfuric acid. You'll note that charge is conserved. We have a 2 plus and a 2 minus. Those balance out. Net charge is 0. This is a neutral compound. Net charge is 0. The atoms, they're also balanced as well. This is Dr. B, and thanks for watching.